Hello and welcome to Computology Academy, and today we are going to discuss about the yesterday's question that was related to the feminization of agriculture. So what does the feminization of agriculture means? Feminization of agriculture means that increase in the involvement or increase in the engagement of women in agricultural sector. So let us have the look at the question. So what was the question? The question was that India has witnessed an increase in the feminization of agriculture over time. So this is the scenario, this is the statement that in recent past India has witnessed the increase in feminization of agriculture. So what are the reasons behind such trend? Discuss the issues faced by the women agricultural laborers and suggest the measure. So here in the question there are three parts. First one is what are the reasons behind the increase in feminization of agriculture. Thereafter, what kind of issues those are faced by the women agricultural laborers or the women who are engaged in agricultural sector. And thereafter we have to suggest what are the measures, what should be the measures to improve their situation, to improve their status. So let us start here with the introduction. So in the introduction we will discuss about what is the current situation, what does the studies suggest, what are the. So here we will start with the women in agriculture perform numerous jobs, numerous labor intensive works, because the agriculture is a labor intensive sector. So here the labor intensive jobs are mainly done by the women, and these are such as weeding, picking, taking care of the livestock, mulching, etc. So here with agriculture, we doesn't mean only the crop growing sector, the farm sector. Along with that, we will consider the animal husbandry also, we will consider the poultries also. So all those sectors which are alongside the agricultural sector, that is farm sector, cropping sector, those will also be considered here. And here they are engaged in three different ways in the agriculture sector. The first one is paid labor. So here what does it mean? The women act as a paid laborer in the agricultural sector. And here one thing is a catch, that the women are more preferred than the men in the agriculture sector as labor, because the employers have to pay less amount of money to the women rather than the men. Here there is a pay gap, there is a wages gap, and because of which the women are preferred more as the paid laborers than the men. And thereafter cultivating their own land. So this is again a situation where the feminization of agriculture is happening, and here the women are cultivating their own land. That land is owned by their own family, not actually by the women itself, but their family. So this is happening because of migration. This is again a major reason behind the feminization of agriculture, and this migration is male dominated migration. So basically what is happening, to earn cash, to earn money, the male person of the family, the male members of the family are migrating towards the cities, leaving behind the females at the village or the hometown. And thereafter these females, these women are forced to take care of their agricultural land, their agricultural sector. And because of this also the feminization of agriculture is going on. Thereafter managing certain agricultural production processes. So again this is happening where there are some production units, some processing units of the agricultural produce, such as rice mills, such as packaging industries of small consumable goods like that of potato, onions, etc. Whatever you say, here also the women are actively engaged, and they are again preferred over here because they have to pay, the employers have to pay less amount of money to the women laborers rather than the male laborers. So again this is a situation. So what does the status of women in the agricultural sector is right now? So here we see that women operational holding has increased to 14%. This is the report according to the Agricultural Survey of India, and according to this we come to know that the operational holding of the women is 40% in the total holdings here, and this is the amount which is in 2015-16, which was earlier 12.8% only in 2010-11. So here 10 is missing, typo error, so it doesn't matter. So here what is happening, the operational holding percentage of the women is also increasing, and this is again a reason behind the feminization of agriculture. And thereafter the women laborers contribute 1/3 of India's agricultural labor force, and this is the report by FAO, Food and Agricultural Organization of United Nations. And here if we see the next data, then around 80% of the labor intensive and non-mechanized farm works are undertaken by the women, are done by the women. So here we also come to know that the labor intensive jobs where there is need of more manpower, there the women are employed, and this is because the women get low wages. The employers have to give low wages to the women in comparison with the men workers, and this is why they prefer the women workers more than the men workers. And that too, the mechanized jobs are done by the male persons only. The women are not employed in the mechanized works, rather than they are employed for the manual work only. Now if we see here the issues faced by the women agricultural laborers, so what are the issues in front of the women agricultural laborers? So here the first and the foremost thing is low land and asset ownership. Even though the land holding, operational land holding has increased to 14% from 12.8% in 5 years, then also if we compare, then it is very low. Still it is 6% of the total operational land holding is owned by the male dominated sector. However, the labors are intensively used as the female, but here the operational holding is still majorly with the females only. And assets ownership, assets, those are the machines, machineries like tractors, threshers, harvesters, whatever you say, these things are owned by the male person of the family or the male persons who are involved in this agricultural sector. Low wages, this is the most important thing to be looked after. Equal pay for equal work, the principle should be followed here. The women are working for equal hours with the male laborers also, and then also they are not getting the salaries or the payments at par with the male laborers. So this is again a very lamentable situation for the women workers. Thereafter, infrastructure and machineries not designed based on the women persons. So here the perspective that ergonomics in which the machineries like the tractors, threshers, whatever you say, those are designed considering that these will be driven or these will be operated by the male persons, not by the female persons. So again here we see the gender biasness. Here again the companies as well as whatever you say the designers or them, they do not consider that these machineries will ever be driven or operated by the women also. They take the consideration only for the male people. So again, it becomes a drawback, it becomes a limitation for the females or the women laborers to involve in the mechanized labor sector also, and that is why they are mainly employed in the labor intensive manual workers, not in the mechanized work. Lack of decision making authority, even if we have seen that 14% of the operational holding is with the women's, then also it might be the situation that they cannot sow the crop which they want, but they will be dictated by the male person of the family. This is again a situation which we see time and again in the Indian society, that even if the women are allowed to work, but still they are guided by the decisions of the male person of the family. So again here there is no decision making authority with the female. If she wants to purchase one machinery, then again she have to take the permission from the male person of the family, who is the decision making authority in the family. So this is again a situation. Thereafter, confined to the labor intensive menial works. Time and again we are saying that they are doing the manual job, they are doing the labor intensive job. So this is again a situation we come to see in the agricultural labor sector. Now, illiteracy. Most of the women laborers who are engaged in agricultural sector are illiterate. They don't know to read and write. They are not in a position to decipher what they are reading, on which paper they are signing. All those things are not known by them because of illiteracy, and because of which many a times what happen, many of the employers pay them less, however they take their thumb impression on higher amount, and so of that they are paying more wages. So this is again a situation. Lack of representation in administrative and decision making bodies. So here we have seen that there is Kisan Andolan at Singhu border and in different parts of India since last 2 years. But what is happening here, that none of the women was there from the agricultural sector to be representative of the women agricultural laborers, because they are not getting the adequate representation. Same is the situation with the various other agricultural organizations or in the government decision making bodies also. Women are not represented adequately to forward the voice of, to place the voice of the women agricultural laborers. So this is again a situation which hinders the development, which hinders the progress of the women agricultural laborers. So what should be the measures? So here, to improve the condition of women agricultural laborers, we need to increase the representation of the women in decision making body. First and the foremost thing is this, that the women should be adequately represented in the decision making bodies which are impacting the women laborers. Thereafter, sensitizing the women about the agricultural plans and policies and educating them about these plans and policies which are being implemented or which are being forwarded by the government for the upliftment of the women laborers, for the progress of the women laborers who are involved in the agricultural sector. Thereafter, ergonomic design of the farm equipments, the tractors, the threshers and all those machineries should be designed in such a way that it becomes unisexual. That is, it can be operated by men and women both, so that the women should not be at any kind of disadvantage to operate these equipments. Then they will be in a situation to get employed in other works than labor intensive menial jobs. So this should also be taken care of. Promoting women SHGs, self-help groups. Again, it will prove to be a boon for the women agricultural laborers who are employed in the agricultural sector. So The SHGs, they will form an organization of 10, 20 women, whatever they think it better, and thereafter they may take the loan also for purchasing machineries. They will collaborate together to grow some high value crops, so that they may be in position with the SHG organization to invest more in such crops, to grow such crops. Thereafter, facilitating the participation in other sectors of agriculture, and these other sectors may be animal husbandry, poultry, fishing, all those sectors which are related to agricultural sector itself. Easing the credit access. So the women are facing a huge problem while accessing the credit for agriculture. So here what is happening, the women are not getting the adequate access to credit, and this is because कि यहाँ पर भी patriarchal society, the patriarchal nature of the society is again the hindrance for this matter also, because most of the time what we see that the ownership of the land is with the male member, and यहाँ पर क्या चाहिए, कागज चाहिए। कागज की तो झमेले इतने हैं ना इंडिया में, हर चीज के लिए कागज चाहिए, सिटीजनशिप के लिए कागज चाहिए, एनआरसी के लिए कागज चाहिए, इंश्योरेंस के लिए कागज चाहिए, लोन के लिए कागज चाहिए, गाड़ी के लिए कागज चाहिए, रेंट के लिए कागज चाहिए, हर चीज के लिए कागज चाहिए। तो वही सिचुएशन यहाँ पर भी है विमेन के साथ। इफ दे वांट एनी लोन फॉर इन्वेस्टिंग देम in the agricultural field, so they will again need the paper of their land, और लैंड का पेपर किसके नाम पे है, तो that will be on the name of male member of the family. So again they will not be in position to access the loan, access the credit. So this will again become a hindrance for their development. So this should also be eased out. Thereafter, increasing the awareness among the women about the inheritance rights. According to the Supreme Court rule, the women and the men, all of them, both the genders have equal rights in their ancestral property. But here what happens? Most of the women are not aware that they can inherit equal amount of property of their ancestors, their parents. And because of this, what happens? They are not getting their adequate share. So this sensitization is also needed. कुछ लोग हो सकता है कि मुझे मारने भी पहुंच जाए कुछ देर बाद कि आप ये क्या रायता फैला रहे हो, आप ये कह रहे हो कि women also get equal share, but in the orthodox society the women are not considered the higher of equal amount of property rights. So this will again be a hindrance for the women, and this needs to be changed. Thereafter, skill development programs are already going on in India, but the women's need to be developed, their skills should be improved in the agricultural sector also. So this is also a need of the hour for the agricultural laborers, those women who are involved in the agricultural sector. Thereafter, payment parity, first and the foremost thing should be done, that those women who are agricultural laborers, they are doing the job for equal amount of hours, for equal time interval, so they should be also paid equal amount of wages. So this should also be implemented here. Now the conclusion. So this part doesn't mix that much of weightage in the answer, because here already 3 parts of questions were there and already we have discussed all the aspects. So here only we have to do some passing reference, that we need to recognize the contribution of women in agricultural sector, because as we have seen 80% of the labor intensive menial jobs are done by the women. So we need to recognize their contribution in the agricultural sector, and we need to give them adequate recognition through various initiative, through literacy initiative, through credit access initiative, all those things, those measures which were mentioned over there should be taken care of. Thereafter, taking the steps to improve the condition of the women in agricultural labor sector. So here again there is need to take various steps like spreading the awareness among them about their various rights, their plans and policies, and all those things should be taken care of. So here we finish off the discussion of this question. Do subscribe our channel and press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload new videos. For the questions, follow us on our social media channels, that is Facebook, Instagram, and here Telegram channel is also there. And visit our website. Our website is going to have a new look from tomorrow. From tomorrow it will be having a completely different interface for the students. It will be much more faster. It will be having the dark mode in the future also, and we are going to launch the app also very soon. Thank you very much and have a nice day.